Once there lived a Brahmin called Swami, who had a daughter named Vied. She was the most beautiful of all girls in the area. Men who saw her always wanted her to be their wife, and always urged their parents to ask Swami for his daughter's hand in marriage, but Swami declined their marriage proposals. Later on, there were 3 young Brahmins who were all handsome and knowledgeable bachelors. Of them, one Brahmin was called Vied, one Vidyasantor, and the third was called Swami. The 3 bachelor Brahmins all told their parents to ask Swami for his daughter's hand in marriage, but all their proposals were rejected, as Swami thought that if he agreed to marry his daughter to one of the 3 Brahmins, the 2 others would be angry. Later on, many of the bachelor Brahmins who had wanted to marry Miss Vied tried to court her at will. Out of being courted by a lot of bachelor Brahmins, Miss Vied became so depressed that she fell seriously ill and died eventually. Her parents observed her funeral according to the local tradition. Knowing about Miss Vied's death and owing to their deep love for her, the aforementioned 3 bachelor Brahmins always felt nostalgic for her. So the Brahmin called Vied collected her ashes, buried them in a forest, and guarded and wept for her there every day. As for the Brahmin called Vidyasantor, he also wept bitterly beside her grave out of his great nostalgia and love for her. As for the Brahmin called Swami, he also became grief-stricken due to his true love for her. So he went to see another Brahmin, identified as Swami, to beg him, that is Swami, to teach him magical powers. Out of pity, Swami agreed to teach Swami how to resurrect the dead very efficaciously. After having finished his magical studies, Swami said goodbye to his teacher and returned to the 2 other Brahmins. Then the 3 Brahmins went together to the grave of Miss Vied, gathered all her ashes, and then Swami recited his magic words to bring Miss Vied back to life. After Miss Vied had come back to life, and since they saw with their own eyes her incomparable beauty, the 3 Brahmins started arguing with one another out of wanting Miss Vied to be their wife. Vied said, "I took her ashes to bury in the forest, and I have guarded her grave every day without anyone helping me, so she should be my wife." Vidyasantor said, "I have wept beside her grave alone, so she should be my wife." Swami said, "I traveled in search of a teacher to teach me magical powers, and when I had known them, I came back to bring her back to life again, so she should be mine." The 3 Brahmins kept on arguing with one another without reaching any solution, and finally they decided to go to see a judge and told him what had happened. Then they said to the judge, "Whose wife should she be?" The judge could not solve the case, so he took the 3 Brahmins to see the king and told everything to the king. After having considered the case for a while, the king said, "You all have done the best deeds, so Swami, who tried to study magical powers to resurrect her, should be her father. Vidyasantor, who took good care of her grave, should be her husband, and Vied, who was kind to collect her ashes and bury them in the forest, should be her son." Why should he be her son? It is because he buried her ashes as if a son buried his mother's body. Hearing the king's decision, the 3 Brahmins agreed and then said goodbye to the king and went back to their respective homes. The king solved the case very fairly and impartially.